All right, welcome. We're about to go on a journey, a real deep dive into the surprisingly cool and innovative world of glass. From ancient history to mind-blowing science, let's get right into it. So let me ask you something. What in the world connects an ancient Roman villa, a modern skyscraper, and that smartphone that's probably in your hand right now? Well, the answer is a material that's thousands of years old, but is constantly being reinvented: glass. Okay, so you can see glass has been with us forever, right? I mean, for millennia. But here's the really important part. Just look at how fast things are changing now. That leap from simple glass blowing to the modern float glass process in 1959 was huge. And today, technology is changing the game all over again. So, before we jump to all the mind-blowing future tech, we've got to get the basics down. What is glass really? What makes it tick? At its heart, glass is really just sand. Seriously, it's silicon dioxide that's been heated up to insane temperatures and then cooled down so fast that its atoms get, well, frozen in place. They don't have time to line up neatly. And that messy, amorphous structure, that's what gives us that beautiful transparency. And, yeah, what makes it breakable. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. How do we turn a pile of sand into those massive, perfectly clear panes of glass you see everywhere? Well, over 90% of the flat glass in the world is made using one amazing process. And this is it, the float glass process. It is an absolute game changer. Now, the real magic, the genius move, is step 2. You pour the molten glass onto a bath of molten tin. The glass floats, right? And it spreads out into this perfectly flat, perfectly smooth ribbon. It's so elegant. You don't need to grind it or polish it at all. The glass that comes out at the end is called annealed glass. Okay, so we have our basic annealed glass. But get this, we can totally transform it. By heating it up again and then blasting it with cold air, we create tempered glass. And the difference is huge. It's 4 to 5 times stronger, but even more important is how it breaks. Instead of those big, dangerous shards, it shatters into tiny, relatively harmless cubes. That's why we call it safety glass. And there's another kind of safety glass, which is basically a glass sandwich. No, really, it's called laminated glass. You take 2 sheets of glass and stick a tough plastic layer in between. So if it breaks, all the little pieces just stick to that plastic. It's why your car windshield doesn't fly apart. Plus, it's awesome for security, soundproofing, and it blocks almost all UV rays. Right, so in today's buildings, just a single pane of glass won't cut it. We have to be way smarter. We engineer glass into these high-performance systems to control everything from heat to light. And the heart of any modern energy-efficient window is something called an insulated glass unit, or IGU. You probably know it as double glazing. It's simple but brilliant. Sealed 2 panes of glass together with a little air gap in the middle. That gap is a fantastic insulator. But what if we want to make that even better? Well, we add a coating so thin you can't even see it. It's a transparent metallic layer called a low-E coating. And this quote just nails it. Think of low-E glass like a thermos bottle for your house. In the winter, it bounces heat back in. In the summer, it reflects the sun's heat back out. Pretty clever, huh? And we can kick it up another notch. We suck the air out from between the panes and replace it with a special gas. Argon is the go-to. It's way denser than air, so it's much better at stopping heat from getting through. It can boost a window's insulating power by something like 16%. Krypton's even better, but yeah, it's a lot more expensive. So you mostly see it in super high-end projects. Okay, so that's the foundation. Now let's look to the future. And I'm telling you, some of this stuff sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's happening right now. And this isn't just theory. We're talking flexible glass for phones that fold in half, windows that are also transparent solar panels, generating electricity, glass that can literally heal its own cracks. It's incredible. Glass is going from just being a window to being this active, high-tech component. Let's zoom in on one of those for a sec. Smart glass. The way it works is so cool. There's a film inside with a bunch of liquid crystals. When the power's off, they're all scrambled, which scatters the light and makes the glass look frosted. But you flip a switch, an electric current zaps through, and bam! All the crystals line up perfectly, and the glass becomes totally clear. Instant privacy. So all this amazing tech, from that float glass process to self-healing materials, it doesn't just invent itself. It takes skilled, talented people. And that's where you come in. Let's talk about the incredible opportunities in this industry. And this is the bottom line, folks. The demand for skilled workers is massive. We're looking at a need for something like 2.1 million manufacturing workers by 2030. This industry is booming with innovation, and it desperately needs people. It needs you to build the future. So the big question is, what does it really take to make it in a field that's changing so fast? You know, what really separates the good from the great in this industry? It's not about memorizing a bunch of facts. It's about how you think. It's about critical thinking, not just knowing how to do something, but understanding why it works. It's about having a growth mindset, seeing a challenge and running towards it, not away from it. And it's about being a lifelong learner, constantly picking up new skills, whether it's in glass or maybe branching out into related fields like optics or semiconductors, or even learning how to be a great manager. And I want to say this directly to you. We believe in your potential. We wouldn't pour our time and energy into making explainers like this if we didn't truly believe that you are capable of learning, of growing, and of pushing this vital industry forward. And believe me, this work has never been more important. With everything happening with our climate, high-performance glass isn't some luxury item. It's an absolutely critical tool. It's how we build safe, comfortable, and incredibly energy-efficient buildings that can stand up to a changing world, whether that means keeping people cool during a heat wave or safe during a storm. So, you've got the foundation now. The rest of the journey, well, that starts here. We wish you the absolute best of luck.